What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Donny Talk. I got my lovely panel members here from the Meta Mafia. We're back at it again, talking about some Donny goodness with some pretty cool giveaways this week. We gotta get them like buttons up. So let's see what happens tonight. I'm gonna introduce our first panel member.
Hear a name, what strikes fear into the hearts of anyone what hears it. That's right, it's metaphorical.
Is up? What is up? It's your boy Metaphorical, back at it again with another episode of some Donny Cates goodness. Let's get it. The master of speculation, your boy Metaphorical. We in it. Let's get it.
Let's go. Appreciate you coming out, boss. All right. Next on the panel, we got
Hey,
what's going
everybody.
on, J1?
How you doing? How you doing, AM, KM, guys, Miguel, Mikey, Meta, everybody. And Bob World. How you doing, Bob World? It's going to be another great
Hey, Bob,
episode.
how's it going?
Talking about the man himself, Donny Cates. He is just a master of, you'll see. It's ridiculous.
All right, man. Yeah, no, we appreciate you joining the show as always. Love having you on the panel, man. All right, next up
Thanks,
we got
bud. Thank
your
you.
boy Cat 60.
Did I mess up his stuff too?
Yeah, you broke it. I mean, yeah, it's
What's
always
going on,
broken.
man?
Not much. No, I appreciate you having on the panel. You ready to talk about some more Donny Cates goodness?
I can talk a little bit about him. Yeah.
All right. Let go. All right, you got the man himself, the behind the scenes KM. He's up next.
What's up, guys?
What's
Ready
going
to
on?
get started.
Right. Let's go and pop everybody up. All right. So it looks like we're going to be talking about a tomahawk today. What you think about a tomahawk, day one?
Oh, man. It is crazy. Futuristic, freaking cyborg warriors, all powerful weapons. I mean, it's like the best parts of sci-fi mixed in with comics. You know what I mean? It's good stuff.
Oh yeah.
In the beginning, right when the dude the emissary or whatever you want to call him, when he was there to like, hey man, you got to give up the weapon kind of thing. He's like, I don't even understand what this guy's saying, and he just tears him apart and rips out his parts for himself. Awesome. So awesome. What's up, Mr. Taz? But
So
yeah,
Mr.
All right,
Taz.
go ahead.
Did you have anything else to throw in about a tomahawk?
Oh, as we keep going, we'll talk more about stuff. It'll be great.
All
I'll
right,
chime
man.
in. There's good stuff.
Good stuff in there. Yeah, definitely. All right. Looks like we got Mr. Taz in the house. What's going on, Mr. Taz?
Was it?
Let's appreciate you coming out, my friend.
Facts.
All right. S60, what do you think about a tomahawk?
I don't know, man. I couldn't really get into it for some stupid reason. I don't know why. I just I started reading it and I'm like, I don't know. I have more to say later. Just let's go on to metaphorical. Let's see what he has to say.
You want to know what I got to say?
Yeah.
Yeah, I always want to hear what you say, my friend. What you got to say about it, my friend?
I got you right here, man. Look.
Oh man, throwing out the stream? All right, we're gonna throw it out.
Go
Got a
ahead,
little
man. Let's
for you?
share it in the show.
Some speculation.
All I
right.
got to say is page 21 is what I think is Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Okay.
What
Throwing
makes
a
you
little
think
spec out
that?
there. Some hidden news in there for you.
The way they drew him, the way he's drew right there.
What's going on, Evan?
Like
Coming out, my
that
friend.
character. All right, look, there is the image from Tomahawk. And then I'm gonna go to Cosmic Ghost Rider. I'm gonna show you Cosmic Ghost Rider. All right, so we're gonna share. There is that one. Now I'm gonna share Cosmic Ghost Rider. Now, if you notice, you got the same thing. You got the glass connecting, floating head, skull inside of the glass tube.
Go back to the other image.
All right. So you got a floating skull in a glass encasement. So same thing there. You got a floating skull in a glass encasement. You can clearly tell that you think it's a coincidence that he wrote this book and he wrote Cosmic Ghost Rider, and that Cosmic Ghost Rider just happens to look exactly like one of the characters in the Tomahawk.
Hey man,
I mean,
is always working on
okay,
some you never know.
You could say the same thing about the guy on the right, though.
No, the guy on the right. Look at the tube. Look at the shape of. You're telling me that the tube, that shape of the tube, how it's connected, it's literally like a round upside down, like it looks like a test tube. When you look at the one on the other image that I just showed, here, I'll stop and share the other one again.
Yeah, I get what
one
you're
is drew in
going.
an abstract way, of course, in a slightly more abstract way, but that's literally the same thing. This is literally the same thing right here.
Because this was pre Ghost Rider, right?
Predated, right?
Yeah.
Pre Cosmic. So, I mean, that's what's sick. If he had this dude still in mind, you know what I mean? What other way?
I'm just saying that's a lot of coincidence between the shape of their helmet. Not the other one has a rounded. It's not that shape. That shape between the two is clearly the similar.
Yeah, I mean, I could see where you're going with it.
So, in my opinion, Cosmic Ghost Rider's first appearance is actually in a Tomahawk.
Wow.
So
now,
wrap your head around that, guys. So I'm willing to debate and argue, but I'm saying that's Cosmic Ghost Rider in the Tomahawk.
Very similar, Mr. Chaz says.
So they're drawn in a slightly different style, but it's very clear by the helmet piece that that's resembling Cosmic Ghost Rider.
So this,
and they're both even cosmic stories. Like a Tomahawk is about cosmic shit. Like the crystals supposedly come from space and shit. So like it's connected through the cosmic connection.
Okay.
I mean, if we go and look, like I'm saying, we'll go back to Tomahawk since that's what we're covering, and we'll finish up the rest of it with that pulling directly from the issue. So, I mean, like when you look right here, literally the next battle, look, this is space right here. Like these blue stars and shit. And then they're talking about the battle that happened toward reality.
Oh, look at that dome that looks kind of similar.
But what I'm saying is you're talking about, then they talk about they had a battle that tore reality apart in two or whatever. So like it's the same. And if we go to the next panel, this can be considered like the shit that happens in God Country and the shit that happens in crossover, like all those events. Well, it says right here that when they had this fight,
the Big Bang,
and there was a tear in the fabric of interdimensional time, that a bunch of shit of them, the objects, the Tomahawk fell through millions of years into the past. So who's to say that, like I'm saying, all these events were not caused by shards of this shit, even the symbiote? Because it says, like down here at the bottom, it says the crystals have a power to infect ordinary beasts with the space madness, turning them into techno-organic nightmares. So, like, I think that the symbiotes are a version of that because they're organic, but they're also kind of like they have hive mind. They got like a technology to them as well, because when they were made by Null or whatever the fuck, when he was making them, because he's like basically the god, you would say, of death somewhat, or the first being. Like that's what I was alluding to in when you go and read Venom, like the beginning of Venom when he meets Null. And Null basically tells you where he came from, and he comes from like the abyss. He's basically death, like he's like another form of death. He's like basically the symbiote of death. Like that's what that black symbiote shit is, I think. And I think that they're connected through hell, which when you guys were discussing, or we're going to be discussing in the future, Spawn, that's a connection to Spawn. It's through this hell shit. It's through the underworld. It's through like I'm saying, death. They're all connected through death and hell. If you look at it, like Null, Venom, Spawn, the Tomahawk, God Country, even Redneck, all of them are connected through death, through some aspect of death.
But this is the fun part about specking, and all of this would be like, wait, what are you talking about? Meta, what are you talking about? But damn, when we saw that in Thor 7, what appears to be the Tomahawk.
Yeah, and the sword.
Yeah, and
that kind of brings everything like, okay, see what you're going with it.
Like I'm saying, I think that's what the connection is death. And just like even in Cosmic Ghost Rider, if you go read Cosmic Ghost Rider, a lot of it is death. Like I was just showing A and Cam before the show that here it's a common thread. Watch, I'm gonna go back into issue 1 of Cosmic Ghost Rider, which is also written by Cates, like we're saying, and this is connected through the Tomahawk. So when I show you the panels, all right, so this is page 3 from issue 1 of Cosmic Ghost Rider. So give me a sec. Share that. All right, so if you if you look down here, right here, look on page 3, they mention death. And then if you look on the next page, which is page 4, hold on a second. They mention hell. So then they mention death, then hell, then they even say death again twice on the next page. After this, when he talks about getting his cosmic power, again death. Again, he goes to see Thanos, and then death twice. So like I'm saying, death is the connection. Death is the connection to Thanos. Death is the connection to Thor, because death is Thor's sister. So, like, we know that's literally what ties everything together is death.
But what do you think that the Black Winter is? The portal through each?
I think Black Winter is just another form of like this, like the note that death, the void, a bit like the negative space, the opposite. Like that's what
because on I don't know if anybody caught it on Web of Wraith, that light that beamed through the end of the issue is what was opposite of the darkness.
Yes, and that's why Thor, quote unquote, the son of lightning, is the one that is the only thing that can stop the darkness, because he's the god of light. What can stop the darkness besides light? So you got basically the forces of light versus the forces of dark. Like literally the forces of light versus literally the forces of dark. Not even in evil, but just the forces of dark, meaning of the abyss, of black, of nothing. So like I'm saying, that's what is Spawn? He comes from hell. He is hell. He's death. He is like death basically incarnate. He's like pretty much another form of like a superhero of death. So is Venom. Like that's to me, like I'm saying, I might be wrong, but to me, that's when I'm reading this shit. That's the reoccurring theme that I keep seeing is death, hell, death, hell. In almost every issue, there's a relationship to the underworld or death. Even in God Country, it talks about it's like the Ragnarok, the resetting. And even in Thor, same thing. You got Ragnarok, where everything ends and then starts over. So it's like it's a similar theme through all of them. And death is literally mentioned by name, specific. Like I'm saying, this is a coincidence that in this issue, I said that it was about death, and then we go and look in Cosmic Ghost Rider #1. Death has like 3 panels. Literally, you say death, period, death, period, death, period. They're telling you this is a central theme.
I got you. All right.
It's the only panel. If we went and scroll through the panels real quick, look, it's the only panel that they mention the word. Like all of the rest of them are single panels. Cosmic Power, Thanos, Death gets 1, 2, 3 panels. Now when we go back, all the rest of them, Hell gets 1 panel, Spirit of Vengeance gets 1 panel, Madness gets 1 panel, Devourer gets 1 panel, but Death gets 3. You get Soldier, Dead Family. You might even count Dead Family as another one, but Death, literally, Death period is 3 panels.
Popeye, what's going on, my friend?
So I think they being very clear. They're saying no other panels, and they mentioned 3 times. Death period. That's in the first issue of Cosmic Ghost Rider #1. So even in a Tomahawk, the dude dies. They talk about the whole thing's about death, and the axe craves death.
The whole thing is about death.
Yeah, the axe craves death.
Yeah.
So, reoccurring theme, death. That's the thread to me that links them all together, death. Now, a Tomahawk is literally the personification is saying that instead of like there being a spiritual form of death, you have like a physical form, which is these gems. Kind of like the Death Stone. Like, which I think is what's in that gauntlet that fucking Thanos or whoever comes back with in fucking Venom. I think that that's the death gem. Like just like how there's like a soul gem or whatever. I think there's like a death gem.
Yeah, Lisa Noble in the house. What's going on, Lisa?
And I think that that's what's in that other gauntlet that's not in the hammer. It's separated. Maybe they can't be in the same item. Like that death gem has to be in its own thing because it can't be in like an enchanted item or something with other gems. I mean, look at the tomahawk. There's nothing else with it. It's just it by itself. And it seems to crave the other missing pieces of itself. So I don't know, man. That's my 2 cents.
What a wonderful intro. All right, well, I got to introduce another Panama. We got the class clown of them all, the goofball of the group, Foiled.
What's up, guys? Dope. Sorry I'm late.
What is up? What is up? It's my boy Foiled again.
What is up? What is up? It's your boy Foiled again Comics. First off, we have to start with the boring part of the show.
We already got through all that. You're late.
Nah, glad to be here. Super glad to talk comics. So, without further ado, next panel member.
Lord.
And then we also got to introduce our boy Shelby. What's going on, Shelby?
What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Not bad, not bad. We're gonna talk a little bit about a tomahawk today. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
You ready?
Yep. I'm ready. I'm sitting here kind of looking through, thinking about things.
I mean, so that's all I could come up with when I looked over a tomahawk was the death connection and that Cosmic Ghost Rider's in it.
Okay. Not bad, not bad. KM, as we call it. What you think, my friend?
I mean, it does open up a can of worms on that one because that would be a major crossover right there. That solidifies a huge crossover.
I mean, what if crossover is just the pointing out of all these crossovers that have actually already been happening, just nobody knew about?
Because I mean, who's the identity of the Cosmic Ghost Riders? Is the Punisher, nah?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's the Punisher.
He's a human being.
Honda Jabroni, what's going on, my friend? Appreciate you showing the love and support to the Meta Mafia family. And then we also got Collectors.
And the tomahawk, it's a human that gets infected by the gems and drives him crazy, which is what it says madness in Cosmic Ghost Rider on like one of the very first pages.
All right, well, hey, Foiled, since I know that you've been dying for this book, let me get your insight, my friend.
On just the book itself?
Just the book itself.
Well, I'll tell you first off, my favorite part, I'm not even gonna lie. It's nothing to do with the story at all. It's just like the panels and like the art on the inside. It was really well done, and I actually you guys can't deny there's some dope panels in there. That to me was my favorite part. But
I like all the
crazy artwork.
Well, I was pretty much I was thinking almost the same thing as Meta with like the Cosmic Ghost Rider. When I saw that stuff, and I was like, that looks just like Cosmic Ghost Rider, and yeah, super dope. Lots of Easter eggs, lots of little crossovers within things. It's just like God Country, really different story, but there's so much room for expansion and extension of the actual story itself. And
well, like I said, do you think that it's a coincidence, for example, that there's a major explosion that happens in all of these events? Like God Country starts with a major explosion. This situation with
no, I think it almost might be like different universes but it doesn't matter, or that every universe is seeing this one big explosion. But what I'm also thinking is maybe, it's centered around the big explosion, but maybe later on we'll get a twist of like what really caused the big explosion. Why did the big explosion happen? Like, I don't know, but
well, wasn't that the explanation of book?
Based on the
Crossover
Tomahawk,
one
it was
many
because of the
explosions.
fight between the
well, I'm not going to
Metal
speak
Knights,
upon crossover number 1, but I'll speak upon the rest.
No, I mean everybody got the first
What's
little
going on, Robert?
part
Appreciate you
on the. Everybody can
I mean,
see
yeah, it does.
If
Speak
you look it
upon
up, you
it.
can
It does
read the
speak
first two,
upon it,
three.
but I mean, like, as far as Tomahawk is going, and like God Country and stuff, like I'm leaving crossover out of it at the moment. But like, as far as all that, like, I think there's definitely room where just lots of Easter eggs that need to be explained, will be explained, that have been explained, and just another great book, solid story, and it has its ups and downs with blandness here and there, or predictable. But I mean, that's every book where you can almost predict like some things here or there. But honestly, it was a pretty good book. I still, me personally, like God Country a little bit better. Probably just because it hits more on a personal note. But but honestly, pretty solid book. I really dug it.
Yeah, me too.
We got Tricky Trapster in the house. What's going on? We got Robert, Hunter Jabroni, Collector's Den. Remember, guys, if we get to 60, that starts 60 likes, that starts the giveaway. So you got to share this content, get people on here, hitting that like button. So we got at least 4 giveaways to do tonight, man. And then then also we have our tip jar. If you guys donate to the channel, it's kind of like super chat. We'll do kind of like a super chat giveaway for that one as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Shelby, you still got that Tomahawk book with you?
Yes.
You want to show it? And that's all we were just talking about, fellas, because this was in Thor issue 7. In our point of view, you can just see the little cameo.
You got to make him big.
Oh yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome book, man. I want to go find it now.
Yeah, man. I need to pick one up myself.
I want the actual Tomahawk itself. Like, I want to get a replica hanging on my wall.
Hey, that's a God Country number 1 I need right there.
Yes, sir. That was a good find on KM's part, man. Shout out to you.
Oh no, thank you.
Hey,
I mean, as soon as Kate's hit with the book, these books are gonna go up, guys. Come on, and if you can catch a steal,
and do you notice
they're not gonna be $30 anymore, man. These books ain't gonna be $30-$40.
Yeah,
you notice they always talk about them becoming a god too. Like even in the Tomahawk, it talks about him becoming a god when he has this stone. So.
Yeah, Tricky Chapter. We're not going to spoil crossover at all.
And
yeah,
what
sorry about that. I'm gonna stop on the crossover, guys.
What stone do you guys think is in the gauntlet in Venom that Thanos is wearing, or Thor when he comes back?
Crack.
Oh Lord!
No, I'm just asking. It's not one of the actual Infinity Stones that we already know that exists. It's a different stone. So, what stone do we think is in his gauntlet? The other one, the silver gauntlet.
I don't know. Maybe it's a new stone.
I'm just asking. What? No theories?
Tomahawk?
Not really any theories for me. No, not really.
I have
that part I've just been like kind of chilling and waiting to. So I haven't really thought about it too much.
It could be a shard of a tomahawk.
That's what I think it is.
Or the Tomahawk Stone.
Yeah, I think it's, or at least a shard of it.
Isn't there
the whole thing? I think it's a shard of the stone. I think that the Death Stone is so fucking powerful that you only need a piece of it, and it's broken in pieces on purpose. Because like, if you had it together, it'd be fucking dangerous.
Yeah, in the book that it was talking about how powerful, how it broke off into little crystals.
Yeah, I think that when they had this fight, probably when they had all the stones together, there was a fight. That stone got broken up into pieces and spread throughout like the universe, so that just kind of like how the stones do naturally after you reset them basically. But that's just my theory, with loose theory on that part.
Okay, gemologist.
You said gemologist? Hey.
You're the one with the gems in your intro.
Yeah, foil.
He has the foil to get
Makes no
comics.
sense.
He has the foil to get in comics gem. That's what he is.
It's DC and it's Gem Mint, man. Gem Mint.
Gem Mint.
Gem Mint doesn't make no sense either, but
yes, he does.
No, I'm saying Gem Mint, like the term.
Gem. He does.
Oh Lord Jesus, men.
I know
gems
he's
are
an
not
awesome
minted,
dude.
like,
You don't
from
have to
a
keep
mint.
saying his name, dude. Like his content, awesome.
I'm not talking about Gem Mint, the fucking
Dude,
channel.
Gem Mint is
I'm
such
talking
an
about
awesome.
the grade, you dork.
He's a grade A human being. Come on, man. Gem Mint.
Never mind.
If you're watching this,
see, this is why we go
keep
down
it
the
up.
rabbit hole.
Love the content.
We love you,
Like I
Gem Mint,
said,
the channel. We're not talking about you.
Nah, we're definitely talking about you. You're a grade A.
Oh my god.
You're a solid 10, Gem Mint. Gem Mint.
Are you done, Foil?
Maybe.
Thank you.
I think I got a little bit of diesel left in me. We'll see.
Lord Jesus.
Tone it down. On the juice.
Your mom stopped giving me coffee.
Yeah. Did you drink coffee before the show, Foil? Is that what happened?
Maybe.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's that Cafe Bustelo.
So Cat 60, what was the part that took you out of Tomahawk the most?
All right, let me kind of explain to everybody. I mean, you guys all know, but the people that are watching don't know. I am new to comics. Okay, I am really, really new. I'm mostly a reseller. I like to resell things. But when I started really getting into comics, I mean, I really started getting into them. This was a hard read for a new reader. Okay, this wasn't something that a new reader could get into. There's a lot to it, and it just, I don't know. I just didn't like the style, the flow. I mean, the artwork. I'm also a musician, and I love tattoos. And I'm going, dude, every panel is a freaking tattoo. But for the most part, it's kind of a hard read for me. So I loved God Country. I mean, I totally got into it. So.
I think that what could be said for a Tomahawk is very abstract, both in its like the way that it's drawn and in its the way that in the writing. Like when it even says shit like the bifurcator, like they're talking in like abstract terms and shit. Like Chimera.
Yeah, but dude, like God Country, I totally got into. I totally got into God Country. I got into that so easy. It was a great read.
Well, like I'm saying that a Tomahawk is, I would say, well, like as Todd always likes to say, that there's like a progression as you read comics. You get what I'm saying? Like you become different points, like in your taste change and shit. And this is more, I would say, yeah, more advanced comic, meaning it's more like an acquired taste due to like the styling and a lot of the shit. It's the way that it's done is done in a more, like I'm saying, abstract and artistic way versus like what would be popular.
Wow, and I said part of it was bland.
I mean, I wouldn't say that it was really bland. I would say that it
bland.
was,
Well, I guess I misspoke. Not bland, but like there's definitely some parts where I think it's definitely in every comic, right? Where there's just some parts where like, oh, I bet you this is gonna happen, and then shocker, it happens. So there's definitely things like that, but I mean, it was still a pretty good story. It's just there were some things like that that kind of ruins books for me, where I can kind of pre-tell things. There's some foreshadowing and whatnot, but there's also that difference between a foreshadowing and just specking, because I think a lot of times those two things get confused, and that's why you see books like hot for like 2 seconds, and then people view foreshadowing as spec, and oh, that means this is going to happen, but that's just them, that's just them thinking this is going to happen. That's not even genuine specking, but I see where Cat 60 is coming from, though. Some of this stuff is a hard read for me as well. Not because I'm a new reader or new to comics, but because I'm new to, Kate's, because I haven't really been reading Kate's too much. Besides, like, God Country was probably the first thing where I sat down and was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go in, read the whole thing, but it was kind of a hard read for me. But I mean, I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. As far as like parts where it's predictable.
I had you on mute.
All right, I'm not going over it again.
Sorry, guys, I got booted out. StreamYard doesn't like me right now.
What about the chat, man? You guys read Tomahawk?
Yeah, did you guys?
I just want to know, does anybody think the Cyberberserker is actually dead?
Is there what?
Does anybody think that maybe Cyberberserker, the main character, that he's not actually dead?
I don't think I don't think it works like that. I think that it's like I'm saying that once you've been infected by whatever these jewels, you just cycle. So I think that his whatever is him goes into that blade.
Where's my share screen? Here we go.
Kind of like the soul gem, but different. The death gem, I think, works in a way similar to the soul gem.
Throw me up, AM, when you can.
Yeah, I got you. And then for anyone that wants to do, YouTube doesn't allow us to do super chats, but we do have the tip jar from Stream Element. It's in the description for you guys. If you guys want me to send it to you, just hit me up on IG.
So this is the final battle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Between Cyberberserker and Chimera.
Mm-hmm.
And he just chopped off Chimera's leg, ripped out her eye, and he's got one arm barely hanging on. He's sitting there kneeling. And he says, I will win you back, and I will find my imprisoned God in this life or the next. And then you got what you call saying die here, right? But this is where it ends. It doesn't show he's dead. Did she just drop the axe, or did she actually take the axe all the way through him? I mean, did he die?
You might want to hit close on the Comic Extra advertisement.
That was
Katie loves you.
No, it's Comic Extra. They do all these advertisements, and I just
like mine says, "Spank me."
Dang.
No, that's what they say. Is they do things like that. I'm like, are you looking for 40-year-old woman in your area?
I always go, yes, I am.
Maybe.
What's going on?
Look,
I just saw that. Yeah, see?
Damn, Katie's a stalker.
Yeah, she's saying spank me.
Katie needs to get her fucking life and start trolling the internet.
Hey, Katie's 2-timing me. She went over there to J-Bob.
Damn, she's messaging you. She's in both your inboxes.
She's trying to slide on the whole panel right now.
She's in both of your inboxes at the same time.
But does anybody think he might still be alive?
Yes.
Well, like I'm saying, I think that he is the personification of like that pennant, like whatever cosmic Ghost Rider. So
If he's
or
anything like
related to him.
Terminator, yes.
Yeah.
It doesn't show him die, so I don't think that's an accident. It shows the axe hitting the ground, but we don't know what the fuck that means.
Exactly. Did he take the freaking knife?
We don't know.
If you look right here, right? Look right here.
I mean, did the son die in God
Not right
Country?
there. Not right there still. But right
Oh.
there. Look, there's the knife in the hand. And tell me that doesn't look like that hand just got cut right off.
Yes.
And that's blood slurring out.
Yeah, but if you look in one of the earlier panels, he has a beam hand like that. The character Chimera, whatever, has like a little beam hand.
Yeah, but it still looks like the hand got severed.
Right?
No, yeah. I mean, you can tell that
And
the
there's
hand
blood,
definitely got
and
cut
the blood
off.
spurting out.
You can definitely tell the hand got cut off because, I mean, you can see the blood on the ground, too, from it being cut off.
And it's right
And then
there.
it hits the ground, and then it's
Cyberberserker.
his
My
end.
journey, my battle will never end.
Well, here's what I mean. Watch. When you go look at this other panel, it's a panel or two before.
Yeah, I see. It's like the hand shoots out.
Yeah, it's like a
I know what
beam.
you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah, but that looks different there. I mean, that looks almost like the hand got cut off and there's blood spewing out.
Just curious, just kind of
I
running.
don't know. They are both fucked up at the end. It's hard to say who wins that battle when you see the axe hit the ground, and you don't know. And like I'm saying, I don't think that's on accident that they left it like that.
No, I think he's gonna be in. Oh,
one of them is going to be in crossover. I think.
Yeah.
Either Chimera or fucking Cyberberserker is showing up with a tomahawk in fucking Chimera. Sorry,
you're good.
Are fucking showing up in crossover. We know that tomahawk. Somebody wielding the tomahawk is coming to crossover. It'll probably be one of these characters. It might be Cosmic Ghost Rider for all we know.
True.
It might be Thor.
Or it might be Thor. Like this is what he replaces Mjolnir with, or whatever the fuck.
What is the name of the axe? I can't even remember.
For what?
That when Mjolnir got smashed, right?
Stormbreaker.
There you go.
But Stormbreaker isn't.
Oh, dude, that's a cool spec. Can you imagine if that's what the new weapon is?
Thor? Yeah, it's the tomahawk.
Dude.
Well, is that what he's in the hall for? Is he in that hall of weapons?
No, he was in that hall telling
Beta Ray Bill what to pick.
Beta Ray Bill.
But imagine, even if Beta Ray Bill gets the new weapon, that's still a major crossover.
Yeah, what if Beta Ray Bill grabs the freaking tomahawk?
I mean, because think about it, we just saw Jim Lee give up the rights to DC for one of his characters from Image.
Oh yeah.
So what if he's giving up the rights to Tomahawk, the weapon?
Ooh.
And now Beta Ray Bill, because it's broken, bro. His weapon is broken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but what's a better weapon, you think? A tomahawk?
Unless you're onto that meta, unless he's losing the hammer, but he's not becoming unworthy, and then Beta Ray Bill takes Mjolnir, and then Thor takes the tomahawk.
Yeah, but what's a better weapon? You think a tomahawk or Valifax?
Oh, I didn't see it that way either.
I
don't know, man. We've never seen.
We don't know.
We'd have to
cool
see
thing about this
go
dude
against each other. Like we'd have to see the fucking blade go against the fucking the god blade go against the like one's the death blade and one's the god blade.
Beta Ray Bill and freaking Thor battle each other.
I think Spawn is gonna be wielding the god sword. That's why he's on God Country on the cover, wielding the sword, standing with it.
All right, I'm going to stop sharing now.
I'm just saying that's why he's on the cover of 5 with the sword in front of him. So I think Spawn's, and I think Spawn was actually one of the instigators of the whole event. Like when in the book, in Spawn's book, him calling out and supposedly getting all those superheroes' power, I think is what initiated all the crossover events and was part of this. Them two things coincide. Like when he called out for power and all these events were happening, there was the dissemination between the realities of these gems and all that shit.
By the way, I'm pretty sure that issue got released.
Or it might have been Spawn seeing this event unfolding. Like when he, like basically in like an alternative reality. Because like I'm saying, of that universe, Spawn is the god of the Image universe. Because he's the first character technically in Image's universe. So he would be considered the god character. And I don't know. That's why on God Country he's wielding the God Blade. Like he's on the cover with the God Blade right in front of him.
Maybe. I mean, that would make sense for that cover.
And it's because, and that's what they're telling you, is that Spawn's coming. Like he's going to be coming back wielding that blade, and then that cover is going to become relevant because people are like, "Holy shit, he's already been on the cover with the blade in God Country." And that's why I think what crossover is doing is so masterful, because they had to have, like, crossovers ain't something they just came out with. Like, not if they doing this shit. When they put Spawn on God Country, they knew what they were doing.
But did they also know what they were doing when they put Savage Dragon on it?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is Spawn doesn't. Savage Dragon, there's probably a tie-in with Savage Dragon. Which
what does
make
they say?
sense. Part of the Image.
It does talk about the lizard one, right? Or the...
Yeah. Even with creatures with fins on their heads.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
So
it's majorly a good spec to think that a lot of Image characters
we
are
know
going
for
to be
sure.
in.
We already know for sure a majority of the current popular Image characters that have been relevant or popular even in the past are going to be in crossover, because Image has already done it when they did Image United, when they did. Image has always been open for doing that share across whatever universe shit. We already know they've did several crossover, like intra Image crossovers. There's at least like 3 that I know of.
This is going to be that on crack.
Yeah, because now you're pulling from Marvel, DC, and everything. Like there is nothing off limits that they're not going to go after that was popular, or like a comic that was like monumental or instrumental into like turning points of comics. So like tongue-in-cheek shit, like they're gonna poke fun at like characters are gonna be more. They're gonna bring obscure characters, I think, to the forefront in crossover, like the first of this, that, or the other. Meaning like how we have like the first foil cover. Shit like that characters like that will become relevant because will have some kind of comic history attached to them. I think that is why I can't see it. Now I'm gonna try in the spoiler. I can't really say anymore about crossover without spoiling, but there's shit in crossover that alludes to that. Like,
oh, by the way, that issue of Spawn got released publicly.
What do you mean?
Like, someone wrote a thing about it, and it's being released. The info.
Oh, all right. So Spawn 10 is the book.
Yeah, there's stuff about the reprint and all that. My friend sent me this little blog thing, but yeah, I mean it's getting publicized now a lot.
Yeah, and how long ago did we know about that? So,
oh god, let me check my eBay orders.
Maybe we should start writing articles and shit.
Purchases.
Dude, we knew that about a month ago.
Oh, I'll give you the exact date and time.
What's going on? Appreciate this.
But so, like I'm saying, I think that that's going to be. Dude, I think that if you want to be honest,
September 27th.
And this is commonly available knowledge. I think that in crossover number 2, Spawn is going to make an appearance in crossover number 2, and that's why that the title of the crossover number 2 is called "Kids Love Chains."
Or Cosmic Ghost Rider.
And
Meet
that's
yourself,
Todd
man.
McFarlane. What superhero has chains?
All right. I'm gonna have to go, guys. Peace
Peace.
out.
Hi, Shelby.
I also I got a couple of shout outs. I got Lisa Noble with a $2 tip. I got Papa Willie trying to rig the wheel with a $5 tip. A Honda Jabroni with a $5 tip. So they're entered into the giveaway for the super chat. I'd call it.
Man, just call it super chat, so they'll know what you mean. It's a super chat giveaway.
So the super chat. So we got 3 people so far in the super chat. So the link just dropped.
I'm AFK for a minute, man.
But if anybody else wants to get on the action.
So hey, if you could find that article for us, Foil, and share it on your screen, or tell me where to find it so that I can pull it up.
I'll email the article that the guy sent me.
And that was my thinking. So now it seems like the rest of the world's catching up to what we already figured out. But it is what it is. But I think that's just the tip of the iceberg. Like I'm saying, I think that they're going to build this world around the mythos of each of these characters. Meaning that's why Spawn's going to be considered like the god of the or whatever of that world, because he came first. And Superman's going to be seen as close to him. And the reason why they're giving Superman so much clout in like crossover number 1, why they mention his name, is that he is the one that came first in comic books in general. So it's like they're giving an homage, even if in Spawn 10 they mention in Spawn 10 they mentioned him as he who comes first, which was Superman, and they never actually mentioned him by name, but they clearly show Superman in Spawn issue number 10.
Oh no, they do. It says right there on the CGC.
Let's go pull it up though, just for the people in the chat. Some people.
Yeah. I'm getting.
On the CGC, it is acknowledged as Superman appearance, bro. I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Sure does.
All right, let me share screen.
So, all right. So we're gonna go to issue number 10 of Spawn, and I'm gonna just leave this up here for the chat real quick, guys, so you guys know that we're.
Let me share.
So, guys, and actually, shout out to Cat 60 for catching this, because when we were doing the spec work and I was uncovering all the gems, Cat 60 actually pointed this out. So, you guys want to share the screen real quick? You want to share the screen?
Can you see it?
If you guys can see issue number 10, look what the name of the title of issue number 10 is none other than Crossing Over, which is the new title by Donny Cates. I mean, if you guys think that is a coincidence, take that with a grain of salt, I guess, but I would say that that's a pretty big coincidence.
Yeah, and I believe this teases about crossover and stuff too.
Yeah, well, so like we're going to allude to that.
I know someone else already said something as well, and there's a couple different people saying stuff, but I mean, yeah, there is definitely a couple things.
All right, now remember when we were just talking about in a Tomahawk, right? The Chimera. Now, you got the same basically mythos here again. You got Spawn, and I am Spawn, I am not Spawn. So, and then when you keep going, he says that he is Spawn because he has all his memories. And then I remember and his death. And that's what I'm saying. Here again, you're going back to death. And when you keep going, then he says, I am not Spawn. And he says the two, like, let's keep going. This is a Twitch in them. All right. Let's go and look. All right. So now this is the Hell connection where I was talking about how in Spawn 10. So like right here, he says, I know where the alleyways existed before the city did. He says, I know the tower in hell where the violator dwells. And then he's like, I've been at every level of hell except one, the 7th level, Erebus. And then this right here, boom, he does this. He claps his hands together and starts this sequence of events where he's like going to meet all the other superheroes. Now here is the first. Here, let's keep going past this. This is the creators. Now here is where the first allude to crossover. So literally you have, I mean, right here, Juggernaut, Flash, The Thing, Dr. Octopus, Shang-Chi, Superman, Spider-Man, Apocalypse, Venom, Beast, Dr. Doom, fucking Cap, Joker, Electro, Silver Sable, Wonder Woman, Batman, Shazam, Hulk. Now, we clearly see that these are all different comic book characters. They're not just from Marvel. They're not just from DC. They're both from Marvel and DC. So this is, like I'm saying, where they started.
Wait, is the Green Lantern's hand in there? I was just tripping. I'm trying to see
Which
if
one?
it was the Green Lantern's hand in there.
I don't see it. No,
I see the Joker and the Octopus.
You got Joker, Shang-Chi, the Beast, Dr. Doom, and then you got, like I'm saying, Hulk,
you got Wonder Woman,
Shazam, Batman, Wonder Woman, Silver Sable, Electro, and then boom, next panel, he says, you keep going. They're talking about all this injustice, and then he said this is where I think where he causes one of the events, the explosions, and that you see, because he says he channels all his power and creates as heavy as the heart of a star. So he like released enough power to start a star, and he said it had no effect. He thinks it didn't have no effect, but he actually did something. Then he talks about how how they disappear. Basically, their hands disappear from behind the bars, and then he keeps saying about how all of them to take his power. And then look, the next panel, you have Superman. And he's like, and all of these events are started by explosions. Even Superman's trip to Earth was started by his planet exploding.
What's going on, Rock City?
So then he's like, and then this voice, Superman's voice, comes to Spawn and says, they call him the voice of he who came first, talking about Superman almost like he's like Jesus or like the god of comics. And then they're like, his voice is calm. And then Superman tells him, it's up to you, Spawn. It's now or never. My power is yours, Spawn. Take it. So like he's saying that Superman gave him his power, and then you have all this transformation of him basically getting like Spawn getting cosmic power. This is him.
There's that cosmic universe power stuff again. You see?
So I'm saying this is the cosmic connection again. Now this is Spawn getting like connecting to all of comics by when he willed it out to get all of their power. So then, boom, another explosion, says no effect. And then this is the Violator when he's talking about the money or following your heart. And let's go to and then boom, right here, another Superman in jail. Now, if you go back to crossover number 2 in the tagline, it talks about super prisons. Now, is all this coincidence?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Hey,
So,
what
Super
releases?
Presents, go look at the byline for crossover number 2. It
Can
talks
I
about-
ask you what
Yes.
releases next month?
I can't hear you, sir.
What releases next month?
What do you mean crossover?
Yeah.
Crossover. So
What
Matt Duffy,
re-release?
this is Spawn issue number 10. The pages, this is page 16.
And that's from
And then
what
the
year?
original, I think it's 13. Let me check. No, all right. So 11 maybe.
That's from
There
like
you go.
30
So
years ago, right?
it's page 12 is the first appearance of Superman, and then page 16. So page 12, did I say in 16? Yeah, 12 and 16, sir.
So Spawn 10 released like 30 years ago, right?
Spawn 10 came out. Here, I'll tell you 1 second.
I think it was in 92 or something.
Here, I'll tell you. Yeah, give me 1 second. So it came out 93.
Right? So what? 27 years ago.
Yep.
So what magically re-released in a director's cut just this month?
More Spec game.
Spawn 10 with an ash can, right? With unreleased shit in it.
Yeah.
With what was the print count on that one more time, J1?
260.
No, we got our copy, so.
Now there is, for all of our followers out there and our friends out there, there is a Kickstarter. Go check it out.
Yeah, when you want to share the link in the chat, so we can hook
Absolutely.
them up.
I don't know if it'll let them, but if it doesn't let you, just send it to me and I'll get it taken care of.
Yeah, we're gonna drop the link in the chat for you guys to go pick up this Masters.
Get
It's
your
actually
Spec
the
book,
way
guys.
that he actually wanted to release it the first time. So this is like the true, going to be the truer copy based on how
So the original
it
Spawn
also has shit in it that's not in this issue.
The re-release deluxe edition is double it
28
pages.
28.
So let's go a little further into Spawn 10 since we're already going down this rabbit hole and we're dropping all this.
It's a great big hole.
This little hole. Let's go back here. Where is it? So if you guys thought that was it, guys, we're gonna go a little further into Spawn 10 and we're gonna show you something else. So once you go here, like I'm saying, all the superheroes are gone now. So I think that you also notice that the color has changed. So this is signifying a crossover, just like it does in if you look in the release pages of crossover, it's the same kind of effect where they make it a clear printing difference. Now we're gonna keep going.
Should I bust out the Spawn 10 collection for everyone?
Sure.
Oh Lord.
So then, as you notice, boom, Spawn gets transported back to his house, quote unquote, and Spawn has a daughter.
Uh-oh.
Now, we do know two of the central characters from crossover are girls. Does that have any weight? All speculation.
That's how Meta looks RAL, like IRL.
I thought we already. I thought we
like-
already went through this though.
Well, we know that it's not this. I don't think it's the same person. Like, I don't think that L, but I think that she's. I think that. What's her name? I gotta go back and find her name again.
The girl with the mask.
No,
the little
Spawn's
girl.
daughter's name is name.
Yeah, it's different from the name in crossover.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is her name is definitely one you want to be on the lookout for. Her name is Cyan.
Yes,
Which
I am.
Which the main character, cyan is a color, a printing color.
Hold on, I got something real quick. Real quick.
All right. Oh, you gonna show the?
Welcome to Waverly Press's Kickstarter for the remastered and expanded Spawn 10. I'm Dave Sim, the creator of Cerebus the Arbor.
Now, like I said, this is expanded. There's gonna be shit that's not in this issue.
Somebody needs to mute themselves. Their mic.
It's probably foil.
Nah, mine's muted.
It's J-Bot. J1.
Those are the parts I think that aren't in the original. Them little panels he just showed, those aren't in the original.
Yeah.
So like I'm saying, there's shit he's gonna release, I think, in this is gonna coincide with this crossing over shit. Maybe shit they couldn't come out with before or something. And then look, even Cerebus goes cosmic, look.
Yeah.
So hey, and if you really look at the cover, even dude, it's about like crossing over. That's why there's a little color stripe because that's supposed to show the interplay between Spawn and Cerebus, because Cerebus is always in black and white.
Yep, that solidifies the crossover between them.
Right there is the new cover. Here's another cover. Look at that.
That's the one I want. And I think that's the reason why this book's gonna blow up, is because, like I'm saying, once they come out with crossover, and then you got this cover with this is going to be the panel that it's going to be the fucking light bulb for everybody. That's why they're making this one of the covers.
Exactly. Now,
and even these panels. There's not a reason. There's a reason why they chose the specific panels they chose to make as alternate covers.
I mean, this one's just silly, but hey. Gold variant sets.
Remember what I said about Hell? You notice how on Cerebus is that one where he's sitting on the throne? It says Hell Society.
That's right.
And maybe that's going to be the name of the new quote unquote like group, is the hell, like of all these characters that exist, like I'm talking about, that interact with death and hell. They're going to be known as the Hell Society. But so what is the Hell Society? It doesn't even exist right now. So, and why is he releasing it with that name now?
Right.
I mean, I don't know. And there is no Hell Society group in Image Comics right now.
And there's our little girl. Right here.
So, and like I'm saying, just because she doesn't appear in the first issue doesn't mean his daughter's not instrumental in the. If you can't have a character like Spawn, who's basically, like I'm saying, the god of the Image universe, in a book that's about crossovers, and he's not going to appear.
So Cerebus crossed over to Image in what year? 1993.
Yep.
1993.
And it's still considered this book is still considered the biggest comic book crossover in history, because at the time McFarlane went out to like the top people in the industry and was like, hey, come do like Frank Miller, like he went out to the top writers, the top creators in the industry, and was like, "Hey, come to Image." He had just left Marvel and shit, and he was like, "Come do whatever you want."
You
And he
think we see
reached
a
out to like
Cerebus
all the best in
comeback
the business, which
in
was
crossover number 1? I mean, not number 1, not issue number 1, but in crossover itself. That would be sick.
I think that for sure Spawn's coming in issue 2 of crossover. That's why the title of issue 2 is called. Here, let's go look.
Well, that's because I think that the guy that is doing the Kickstarter is the guy that created Cerebus, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm saying that. That's what I'm saying. That I mean, maybe his character also might be one of those jumping into this frenzy.
We already know Cerebus is coming.
Hey Jay, check IG real quick.
But here's what I mean right here. Like, I'm gonna go share my screen for the Image crossover number 2. All right, so share my screen real quick, and then if we go over to crossover number 2.
Uh-oh.
Now, if we go over to crossover number 2, like this is nothing spoiler spec. We're not revealing anything out of the books.
Just
you look at the crossover number 2, it says "Kids love chains." Now, that is a direct quote from Todd McFarlane in reference to Spawn. Now, it says the event continues to unravel as Ellie, Otto, Ava rise from the ashes of their comic shop to begin their 4-color odyssey. Now, one of the colors that I told you that are printed are named cyan. You got cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. That is how you print a 4-color print process. And one of Spawn's daughter is named cyan, which is one of the colors you print with. So they specifically mention there's going to begin their 4-color odyssey to find the truth behind the dome. And then remember when we were talking about the domes earlier, the dome and the tomahawk, the domes, you got all of these quote unquote domes. And now you got Super Prison, which is in issue 10. You have a prison that obviously is super, right? If Superman's trapped inside the prison, you see him behind jail bars. They can't get out. What is that? Super prison? Yes. I mean, there's all this coincidence.
No, these are the bigger books that we've been talking about, thinking that might be the whole crossover events that are blowing up in their own comic books to cross over. Here's my question, though, for you guys, for the panel, and a question even for the chat, and maybe food for thought for next week's show. Okay, I'm going to just give you two guys a quick little rundown. So Angela used to be part of Spawn, and now she's in Marvel. Okay, now do you think like those kind of books are gonna come back? Because look, there's if you go back, Astro City, back in 1995, you got Bloodstrike from 1993. You know what I'm saying? You got the Max from 1993. You know how Donny Cates like to take from the past. We got to know that some of these characters are going to probably be in this. I feel like some Dark Horse characters are going to be in there, maybe like a Hellboy, Aliens versus Predator, because they're going to Marvel. Aliens versus Predators, I think, is going to Marvel. Yeah, what if Black Hammer crosses over?
List of characters that are coming. I think definitely Savage Dragon is coming. Most of the popular Image characters that have clout, meaning Angeline, Witchblade is probably going to, like, most of the people that have appeared on Image that are bigger, that have bigger names, are going to end up making an appearance. It's kind of going to be like I don't want to say a billboard for comics, but like, you know, you've made it when you've appeared in a crossover. But,
well, you know, there's intellectual property, so there has to be rights to use.
Yeah, and I think that it'll work.
But I think that like Marvel and DC, they've definitely been talked to. We know they have been because of just things that we've seen. So they're probably like, please use this character, you know, because I think what crossover is going to do is it's going to reboot a lot of the older comics and a lot of the older characters and give them purpose again, and maybe give people, you know, an opportunity to go back and read. Yep. So this is advertisement for everybody.
Yes, it's kind of like the ads that are running in the background that you're not supposed to. This is like the perfect way to advertise comics is in a comic.
Yeah.
So like that's kind of what crossover is like a way that they've like I'm saying, it's the way to incorporate basically nothing is off limits for crossover. Like Donny Cates is basically giving himself a blank slate in the whole comic book world to draw from in order to write from.
I mean, how relevant has Spawn 10 ever been in, you know, 20?
Nobody cared about Spawn 10. Like,
no. Dude, you could still buy it for probably a couple bucks.
When I told you guys the Spawn 10 when I remembered the shit from Spawn 10 and I told you guys to go start looking for it on eBay, it was cover price.
So
it was less than cover price.
Let me show you guys this here too, right? So this was the 13th and 14th of October that they released this Spawn number 10 ash can, a tribute to the original Spawn 10. They sold it for 24 hours as a kickoff to the Kickstarter campaign. And this is
I'm just saying, like you were saying, why did they choose now, right around the release of crossover, to re-release this book?
That was exactly what I said, right? I mean,
not to mention that it's not, like you guys said, it's not in any trade paperback, it's not in any omnibus, it's not in any hardcovers. Yes. Spawn 10, it has not
and
been
it's literally an extended version. So what are they adding? What is being added now to this version that is going to make it more even relevant to this crossover? Like I'm saying, when they say extended, that's a key word. That means that there's shit in this book comic that was not released before.
It's going to tie in somewhere. It has to.
Well, what isn't Todd McFarlane president right now of Image Comics?
Yes, sir.
I mean, to me, that would be the perfect way for Cates to you know what I mean, build off of one of the greats' work. One of the legends.
Well, what I'm saying is, we know that Spawn 10. Like when I brought up the whole spec to begin with about Spawn 10, I was like, well, this was Todd McFarlane testing the waters with the other publishers to see how they were going to respond to him making hints at their characters. So I think that you have Todd kind of blaze the trail with issue 10 by taking on.
I just like the title, Crossing Over.
It's too perfect.
It's just beautiful.
And again, that cover right there says it all.
Well, if you here's the interesting part. Click out of that onto that same window that you're on.
I know.
You go up and it talks about right there
2020.
Oh no, that part. Yeah, 1992
part. Yeah.
When it talks about the history of issue 10, and he says he invited 4 of the most respected writers in comics: Alan Moore, Neil Gaiman, Frank Miller, and Dave Sim to collaborate with him on a string of single issues. Now, Dave Sim was the first one that came, and that was issue 10. And that's what I'm saying. This was seen as being a groundbreaking thing in comics. This fucking, because it was 2 completely different publishers cooperating on a book and sharing their IP in a book.
Read that. That's how big this was.
Yes, and they said that it was the best single story and is still considered to be one of the most important collaborations in the history of comics.
Exactly.
So, and then it says that why they redid this was because in the original Spawn 10, it was in full color, and in this one, he presents the story in black and white. In the original, they did it with color, but this is how he wanted it to actually look.
So So then you guys are saying this was the biggest crossover to ever be a crossover?
Well, this was, I think, the first time that you had crossing over from two different independent companies that were not the same company, and they were sharing characters. Because that's why it was seen as being such a big deal that Cerebus was in a Spawn book. Because they were like, what the fuck? Cerebus wasn't on Image.
Yeah.
Like this statement right here. More people saw Todd Cerebus that 1 month than had seen my Cerebus in the decade prior to Spawn 10.
Yes. So that's what I'm saying.
Of a team up it was.
And that's what's gonna happen with this crossover book, bro. All this, if whoever is in this book is just gonna be like Cat 60 said, a book that was irrelevant from like 20 years ago can pop off just because of this book.
This didn't happen for no reason.
Hey,
and you gotta realize, Dave Sim, he injured his hand like 20 years ago, right? Was never able to do artwork really again. I was blown out of my mind when I heard he was doing this.
Look, this is almost literally a month. Not even, this is 3 weeks. These books are basic, like these Spawn 10s are going to be getting shipped right around the time when Crossover is shipping.
Yep.
Now, coincidence? Like I'm saying, all of these things that we keep saying, all coincidence. Now, the remaster of Spawn 10 gets released around at the exact same time as Crossover. The first pages in Spawn 10 says Crossing Over.
How about this? Crossover was supposed to release on the 5th. It got held back. Why?
One would ask.
More work to be released before the book actually releases.
Look, man, there's some atomic bombs coming. Telling you better be in a comic book shelter. I think that Crossover is gonna rewrite the comic book landscape. Like, it's gonna be
whoever slept on this book was really
comics.
sleeping under a rock, bro. Because this is a book. I mean, if you weren't, man, it is so unbelievable. That's why, I mean, it's not that much of a brain surgery. Because if Venom is blowing up, Thor blew up. This crossing over is eventually gonna blow up books that I'm telling you are dollar bill books. They're just gonna
Spawn
start
10
jumping.
is gonna be a prime example. Spawn 10 right now is not. You could still probably get it for cover price. Now that Foil said that they dropped that information, probably in like a week or so, people will start catching
it's
on.
already like $5-7 and all that, and $9. I bought all the ones that were cover price.
That's because you bought all the ones that were $2 or less.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is they also, like Foil said, they released that information now. So like now it's public knowledge. The shit we knew like 2 or 3 weeks before then.
Yeah, you guys should hit up your local comic store.
Yeah, make sure you're going in.
Or me.
Absolutely. LCS.
Or me.
You can flood the market with
announcement.
I hope
Y'all
somebody
cannot-
drop kicks you for all your copies of Spawn 10.
I agree. You guys cannot let Papa Willie win the super chat giveaway. We got
no, not at all.
We got Papa Willie with another $3 super chat.
All right, so
It's time to rally the forces.
I don't know. What do you guys think in the chat of that Tomahawk, Spawn 10, Venom,
God Country,
Thor,
Peanut butter and jelly.
Peanut butter jelly.
Don't forget Silver Surfer Black, dude. Don't forget that.
Yeah, Silver Surfer Black number 4. Well, hey, like what he said earlier in the chat, he said anything Kate's. You might as well
for real. Anything Kate's goes right now.
Anything, any intellectual property that Kate's has worked on, we know is free game for Crossover.
Not even intellectual.
Yeah, he's probably had this planned out for years.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, because you have to think he was an intern for a good amount of time. So within his time of being an intern and him being in those rooms and looking at this stuff, like he probably sat there and was like plotting his own stuff.
Well, I think he put Easter eggs there just in case he ever got that. Like, he was such a smart writer. I think that even way back in the day before he blew up, he was like, he put those Easter eggs so that in case he ever got as big as he did, that he would have that to go back and like pull back from that well. So he was leaving himself like doors open back to the past to be
Well,
able
you have
to
to
go
think too. Like, tell me, like, be honest. Is there a time when you're ever like reading or you're by yourself or something and you just like brainstorm this idea, be like, oh, that'd be really cool to see in a story? Like, everyone does that about like how they would love to see this certain idea or a certain combo together, a certain crossover. And I think like maybe with Donny Cates, which I'd love to talk to him and stuff and see but I think with Donny Cates is what he did was he just was writing down all these ideas and what he would want to see. And then now that he has the opportunity, he just has like this honey hole that he's picking from. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to go for this.
He's been plotting.
And now that he actually has like the tools and, you know, the companies that are wanting him, like he can do it now.
And I wonder if the like DC and Marvel gave him carte blanche, you know.
Oh,
go ahead.
Doubt it.
Hey,
you know, you want to use this character? Go ahead. We'll let you use him for X amount of stories or something.
Well, I think that they're like, look, as long as I think what it probably is they have to get like sign off rights on it.
Yeah, but it's Donny Cates. Who's not going to sign off on Donny Cates?
What I'm saying is that they have to be like, look, if you're going to use them
haters
or whatever, we want to have at least approval over like how you're going to use them. Makes sense. Like they just want to be able to look at the script, look and see if you're going to represent them in a like bad way or something, or in a way that ain't cool. And then I think that's the same thing that happened with Spawn. Like I'm saying, I think that that's why that issue is so important, because I think that was maybe the first time that Independent had taken on Marvel and DC and said, look, I'm not going to print your characters, but I'm going to allude at them, meaning I'm going to come as close as I can to basically being like, fuck you right in your face. That whole issue is basically a fuck you to Marvel and DC.
Other than Superman.
No, I'm saying literally that whole issue is about creative control, is about how the whole point of that issue was Dave Sims and Todd McFarlane own Spawn and Cerebus.
Oh yeah.
That they're the creators. They still own like most of these creators, like all the ones you've seen in those cages, even Superman, were not owned by their creator. They were exploited. That's basically what Todd was saying in that issue. He was saying that they all got fucking exploited and their characters taken from them when they're the ones that should have benefited the most off of their characters. And then the whole year.
Hey guys, I gotta run, man.
Oh,
all right.
I'll catch you guys later.
Peace.
All right, peace.
And then the whole you're following your heart versus following money. So like most of the what Todd was saying in that issue, I believe, is he was saying that most creators follow greed and they sell out and they sell their characters to these conglomerate corporations or whatever that take them over, and then the creator the character doesn't really get to be fully who they are.
Hey, AM, let me hit big screen, full screen real quick.
Yeah, Rock City kind of put it on a good point when he said that Cates is a self-appointed Johnny Appleseed. He's out dropping random comic seeds and while he's writing, leaving them to grow.
There we go. I showed this before, but everything we've been talking about today, right? This is all about the split, the big split from Marvel, right? It's called Splitting Image. Number 1, and then there's a number 2. This is all about them getting their intellectual properties taken from them. Like we're splitting from M star RV star L. right? They talk about the greed and everything else, the egos. Sorry, I got it in a bag. I should have taken it out. Right? You got all these guys talking about their lost heroes. It's ridiculous.
Meta's my
how it all
hero.
happened. Let me take it out so you can see it without the giant reflection. This is a super minty copy though.
Well,
But
like I said,
that's
got-
what led me to it.
you got that, and you got this.
Ben 20.
Ben.
No, mine. Why do you think it's in one of these?
$40 bin.
Sold.
You're not gonna take it from Jay. Well, look at him. He knows what's up. You know what's going on, Jay.
Sold for $40.
Mine. But
Well, I mean,
It's
look, you got that,
too
and you
crazy.
got this. You got Image United.
yeah. Yep, exactly.
So you got 0, 1, and then look who's actually on the cover of 0. Men's with fins on their head.
Oh yeah.
He's on 0. We got 1. You got 2. And then look who's all the names: Kirkman, Larson, Liefeld, McFarlane, Silvestri, Valentino.
And Portacio, right? Should be
Yep.
the last one.
More Image United. So, like I'm saying, I think all of these are going to be. These are dollar books right now. These Image United books right now. These books are going to blow up after crossover comes
Hey
out.
guys, and who's gonna jump over to work with Kate's on the crossover book?
Me.
Scott Snyder is going to be a guest writer.
There you
on
go.
crossover.
Me.
Kind of something similar to what was going back on in the 90s, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I wasn't alive in the 90s.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he was an itching
all
his
y'all
dad's fan.
boomers were sitting
Doyle, you
there.
gotta step up your game, son.
All y'all boomers were Todd McFarlane.
So you're a millennial?
No, I'm Gen Z.
He's
Yeah,
a
I got my
lost
Todd McFarlane signature series, bro. I ain't letting that go.
Oh
Yeah,
God,
you are.
no.
Hey, Doyle, you make fun of Todd McFarlane again, I'm gonna have to drop you.
I didn't make fun of Todd McFarlane. I made fun of you.
Oh, okay, no, that's acceptable.
He said, "You can go."
You're out of there. Then shout out to Rock City for a $20 super chat, trying to rig the wheel, keep Papa Willie from his winning streak.
There we go.
I got a special gift for you guys talking about all that. A special giveaway for the whole conversation that was going
Damn,
on.
can I
today.
get on the wheel? No, I'm joking.
We got
All right, let me show you guys.
Rock City coming over, rigging another wheel.
So,
One wheel's
because
not enough.
Scott Snyder is going to jump over, I'm going to throw issue number 3. I'm going to do Legends of the Dark Knight number 1.
Oh, that's a second, right? That's a pretty one.
We're going to do Venom 27.
Donny.
We're going to do the free comic book,
Actual virus. Hey, and
Spider-Man, the actual virus number 1.
Hey, you know that, and another FYI, you know that virus is now owned by Marvel.
Yes.
what?
This is the one where the
That's a
tomahawk and the sword is in.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
So you're getting a spec little lot right there.
Hey, you know
We
how
don't just talk about it. He said he won't just talk about it. He hooking you up with it.
Foiled, check your phone.
Check my
That's
phone.
love right there. That's love.
I just think this cover is underrated. It's going to be what that Venomize, I think,
On what?
Captain
IG or text?
Captain America, Iron Man.
Is that Robin King?
Yeah, but look, virus, like I'm saying, is not owned by Marvel. Virus is owned by POW Entertainment or whatever did Stan Lee. And that's owned by Genius Brands or whatever now. So like Marvel does not own Virus currently.
I think that's the first time I've ever heard where Marvel does not own something.
Hey, I'm just saying that they don't own the character virus. It's owned by Stan Lee. It's owned by Stan Lee and his POW Entertainment or whatever group.
Just kidding, guys. It took me a minute to find it. I'm sorry. It took me a minute. Not this one. It's because I didn't want to say it out loud until. So they did find it for me. It's this one.
Yeah. Hey, you might as well get in while you can fit in.
That's the shit. The spec just went up. Spec got real.
Oh man.
That's because, man, I love the support from you guys. Thank you. Come and get it before they go up price.
Yes, sir. All you got to do is donate at least $1 to the channel. Get yourself entered. Give to win.
And I think this is classified as the second appearance of Robin King in this one.
No, I mean they say that, but technically that's the one that is where he appears in continuity.
So is this the first one? Or the first?
That's the first in continuity, and that
I'm just doing both because I don't know what to.
I'd say that it depends on what you're saying. I say continuity matters more than one shot. Because the character that appears in continuity is the one that you're actually going to see if you see him again in continuity.
Look right here.
But that's just my.
What does it say?
It says origin and first appearance of the Robin King.
Told you.
Shoot.
Right there.
There it is, fellas.
I sold one of these in 9.8 just the other day.
Yes, sir. All right.
Hey,
how much you let that one go for?
Ben.
No.
There's no Ben, son.
I got like 3 of those.
It's a good book, guys.
You're a good book.
Robin King's going to do something, just like the freaking the Batman Who Laughs did.
Hey, put me on full screen real quick.
I don't know about that one.
Do it. All right, guys. So if you guys didn't believe us, you got all. I know it's called organization in being a seller. You got all that.
Bro, you're wilding.
Hey, some of those is ours. Don't be selling mine.
No, yours is stashed aside. These are all my PC. Yee. So that's just to prove that we believe in it. You know what I mean?
No.
Foil has a problem. This proves that Foil's got a problem.
A big problem.
It's not really so much a problem as it is an idea of going to make some money.
Foil just knows what's going to happen when the crossover book come out. So this is how much he's seen. All he's seen was dollar signs, bro.
That's not a face a mother could love.
When I released that information, all Foil did was hear dollar signs and fucking started typing shit into eBay. He was like, they'll never catch me. Let them talk it out. I'm getting
all these $2 books and dollar books and even 50-cent bin books, right? They're going to turn into $10, $20, $30, $40 books.
I heard it first time that we've seen that. So I mean, if anybody thinks this is abnormal, I would say you're the one that is living under a rock.
Dude, any comic book that had Thanos on it went from $1 book to a $20 to $30 book just because of friggin' Infinity Wars. True story.
Yeah, but think about it like this as well. If they get away with doing this crossover book and it's actually popular, do you think that they might do something similar to the idea of crossover, but try to bring it into live action or animation, meaning that crossover the idea with the option?
Image's first big movie.
I mean, maybe this is why. I just flashlight light bulb just came on. All right. So this is new information. I haven't even told this to the panel yet. So
type in the private first.
No.
Well, I have to go buy all the copies.
It's gonna be released right here on the show. So maybe this is. Remember when Todd was in development for making a new Spawn movie?
Yep.
And then for whatever reason it goes into limbo. Now, what if this is going to be that new Spawn movie? It's going to be related or whatever to crossover.
the kickstart for the new Spawn movie. I agree.
Oh, the one with Jamie Foxx was going to be the Spawn, right?
Yeah, so what I'm saying is, what if Todd McFarlane pushed back the release of Spawn until after he basically like rehypes Spawn and rehypes the Spawn universe with crossover? Because you have a lot of people right now who ain't really picking up Spawn no more that are diehard comic book collectors and they kind of ain't into Spawn. So I think that crossover is kind of a way to reboot interest in Spawn, because like Donny Cates is going to do what he did for Thor, do what he did for Venom. He's going to take Spawn and make him relevant again.
You guys don't understand how long we've been wanting to talk about this with everybody, but we didn't want to do it until it got closer and we started talking about stuff and started
It wasn't
making all these
supposed to be
links
dropped yet.
tied together.
None of this information was dropped yet, though. Like the Spawn 10 extended cut hadn't came out when we first figured all this shit out. So it's better that we waited till now.
They decided to take care of y'all early and drop it early. But hey, you know us. We always got to take care of y'all.
Yeah, I mean, if you tune in, this is what you get for being loyal to the mafia. You're gonna get these tidbits that are gonna pay off in dividends later.
Yes, sir.
So
we'll do the research. If you guys want to pick up the books, pick up the books.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be from us probably, because most of those books are out there for you guys to hunt them.
That's right.
Yeah,
Unless
we wouldn't be
you
getting
want one of those Spawn 10 ash cans. I mean, then you might be able to pry one out of one of ours cold dead hands.
Yeah, I don't even think I'm selling any of mine that I'm getting.
Just saying.
I'm sending probably one or two to keeping one for the PC. I'm probably gonna frame one to go with our crossover.
Exactly.
Oh, what I did was I tried to jump.
I'm gonna frame each of those
books.
keys. I'm gonna frame each of the confirmed keys on a wall next to our crossover exclusive.
Nice.
Be like that, and then
Nice.
and that was how like we assembled the like the comic, what resembles the Infinity Gauntlet. So, yeah, man.
The gun? The Infinity gun looking thing?
No, what I'm just saying is that we're assembling these keys are like the stones. Crossover number 1, fucking Spawn number 10, fucking a Tomahawk, God Country number 5.
I just feel like you have to watch Donny Cates very closely on what he does and what he tries to hide within his writing, because you never know what you would actually find until you actually go back and fully analyze the words.
Like, who would have thought
coming out?
Who would have thought that fucking Cosmic Ghost Rider would be in fucking a Tomahawk?
Never.
And I was not even the first time I read a Tomahawk. I didn't even think of the look of it like that. So you got to be looking at it with the lens of like, what has Donny Cates wrote before? What can you find anything that Donny Cates has wrote before in anything that he writes, or has written, or will write? So like you gotta constantly be going back to his books that he's already written and look to see if he dropped a reference to something that relates to something he's coming out with now. That's what I think makes him such an amazing writer and creator, is that he makes you have to reread. Like, I've read Venom several times now just because of him. Like, I read it the first time when it came out. I read it again, like, just because I thought it was a good read. And then, like, when his crossover shit started coming out, I went back and read it again. Because I was like, now I got to go back and read it with the lens of crossover and everything we know now. And shit like this pops out. Like when I went and read a Tomahawk again after reading Cosmic Ghost Rider. That's what made me pick up the Cosmic Ghost Rider. I was like, dude, that's fucking Cosmic Ghost Rider. But I had to literally go get every Donny Cates book, like set them out on the table, look at the covers, cross compare them and shit. Like, who does that? You would never fucking do. Like, most people's minds don't even work like that. That's why they miss the shit.
Well, how much is the first appearance of Dylan?
Pretty pricey right now. Like I'm saying, I think all of these books
bro, you could find it for like $5. Every time I would need some extra bagging boards and I ran out and I would go to an LCS and I would see like 4 or 5 on the shelf. I'd be like, really? Let me swoop these up. get these bags because the dude was just haymakers, bro, and a lot of people slept on it. A lot of people slept on it, and they're like, "Oh, no, can I get an issue number 9?" Or I don't have an issue number 9. You don't have issue number 9?
I think I know what I'm focusing my modern collection on, which is mostly Kate shit.
Yep.
Because now I want to own like shit that I didn't even care about before. Like Cosmic Ghost Rider ain't really like I like Ghost Rider and shit, and I wasn't really into it until Crossover came out. Then I went back and started reading it, and I'm like, well, damn, now I get it. I get a lot of what the shit was about and why it seemed like that you had these isolated stories that in overall context it seemed like they didn't add anything, but when you look at them in this bigger framework, they definitely do. That's what makes it weird. So I don't know. Donny Cates is like I'm saying, I'm a Kate stan. I didn't turn into a full Kate stan until this year. Crossover is what converted me to being like I think he's the best writer that is writing right now. By far. So I don't know, man.
Hey man, J1, you got any last words before we come back next week?
Why, yes, I do. Popsicle, Velveeta, orange,
Oh my god.
tire.
What is this? Is this your Ethernet wallet, the secret passcode unlock?
Negative. He said last words, man. I just come up with some random words. I think they're great.
Pizza, tomato, cheese.
I'm there for the community, my friend.
Hey, have you guys heard about the word?
Oh my god, the bird's the word.
That's right.
What's going on?
Anyways, no. So look, guys, this is so much fun, and I'm so happy that those of you that are coming out here and supporting us and being here, man.
Yeah, Sunday's about us giving back, man. So
exactly, this is us having a good time. This is not us about trying to sell comics. This is not us trying to do anything other than share our love of comics and our intellects and our thoughts, our ideas about comic books with our friends and our community. That's the whole point of this. I mean, I love this idea. I was on as soon as they talked to me about it. Now, my wife wasn't, because she's like, another night? And I'm like, exactly.
She's like, why don't you go just move in with them fuckers?
She's like, she said, if I remember correctly, you go talk to your girlfriends. I'll be in the other room.
It's a beautiful thing, man.
Hey man, my wife was like, wait, you guys are doing an auction in the morning and then doing your guys' show tonight? And I was like, yeah. And I was like,
right.
Hey, we in there. I was like, we gotta support the community somehow, some way, you know?
A certain ornithological piece. I love it, Rocksteady. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Spooky said y'all got him checking his collection, man.
You need to.
Hey, if you need the list, man, or if any of you guys want to jump on here and talk spec with us, feel free, man.
We'll just hit me up on IG. Definitely, we'll try to throw you in on the show. We'll get you in there somewhere. We love y'all, man. It's not just about us. It's about y'all and showing y'all
love. Yeah, this is our socialist day.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
But I just want to thank everybody for coming out and spread the word. Spread the word.
Spread the word. Yes. Yes.
It's a bird. Bird is a bird. Bird.
We
bird.
We didn't get the light giveaway.
Bird, out the bird. Everybody knows that it's a bird. Bird.
We didn't get to the light giveaway, but that doesn't mean we can't do it next week, guys. You guys gotta share it. Get them subs up, get them likes up, and we back next week.
We like to give back, man. Like I'm saying, I'm doing that Sunday auction to give back to you guys, or some of you guys who are scared to just jump, headlong into the serious auction game. I'm gonna give you guys a way to get your feet wet and, just hang out and have some fun, man, on Sunday Fun Day, man. That's why it's called Fun Day. It ain't no like super stuffy. It's more to be laid back, relaxed, and it's just to have fun.
Yes, sir.
Where'd it go?
Anything else you want to drop on the community before you head out, Meta?
Hold on.
Let me
Real
think.
quick.
Oh shit.
This right
We probably gonna be dropping some limited edition little sketch covers, man, for fucking crossover. So be on the lookout for that.
Yeah.
If you were real close to getting everything, the upgrade shit sorted out. So those of you guys that were interested in upgrades, just just have a little bit more patience. We're locking down the logistics of that shit. For those of you guys that haven't picked up an exclusive yet,
They selling out. They
don't
selling
blame-
out.
Yeah, don't blame us for when you can't get your copy. Don't blame us for when the books go hit like $100, $200 or something, and you didn't get your copy. I mean, we tried for a good couple months to get these books in your guys' hands.
Back ordered first day
you guys
on
know where
time.
to find us.
Just
Monday.
Foiled Again Comics.
All right, JJ. What you got?
So, oh wait, you can read it there. Marion Moore. This is going to be my giveaway. The first time we hit 75 likes.
Ooh, so it's ongoing. Okay. Hey, first
I'm
time y'all hit
on the shelf until we hit a 75 like on a Sunday.
Lick it.
On a Sunday, 75 likes here on AMKM's channel. You get that signature series goodness. Who's that signed by?
Oh, this is signed by. Hold on, let me say it right. Magdalene Visaggio.
Visaggio.
Maryland Manor number.
Nice.
Sounds like a Parmesan cheese company.
That gives you guys something to look for. And hey, look, if we get to 75 likes, I'll say it this way. We get to 75 likes, you guys don't even got to pay shipping on that. I'll cover it.
And you know where to find us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 10 p.m. And now on Sunday, fun day.
Oh, what are we reading for next Sunday?
What'd you say, Foil?
What are we reading next Sunday?
Sunday.
Next Sunday, I think you already did Redneck, right?
No,
we didn't. No,
God Country.
Redneck.
So then let's do Redneck.
Redneck next. All right, Redneck. We're going to talk about a little Redneck and some more Donny Cake goodness.
A little hint, wink, wink on what's going to be coming from me.
So get your collections out. Get your Redneck books out. Get your Donny Cates. That's what you guys should start doing before these shows, by the way. Getting all your Donny Cates runs out. Getting your Cosmic Ghost Rider runs out. Getting your Venom books out. We can go through these books together. See if you got them in your collection.
A little note for myself.
Reread Redneck.
That being said, is there anything you guys you got to add, Miguel or Foil?
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to tell you guys. That was my part of the question too. So, people in the chat, if you want, also try to see what's going on. I was going to ask you guys a question. Since he's done dark stories, do you think that's what crossover is going to be like as well? With you have Angel and Buffy the Vampire Slayer on Dark Horse. We also have when we said that Snyder was going to write with Donny Cates, he did Witches. You know what I'm saying? And then
no, I don't think it'll be a dark story. I think it'll be a really solid story.
No, dark characters in there because I'm saying that's what I was saying.
There will definitely be some dark characters, but I don't think the story is going to be overall dark. I think it's going to have hints of dark from those dark characters, but
AMKM.
I mean, it's like, even though it's a silly comparison, like, you know how like Scooby-Doo, the actual like Scooby-Doo gang isn't like dark, or like evil, but they have like the evil characters in it. Like, I almost think it's going to be something like that, if that makes sense, where it's not going to be a horror, like a evil story, almost like a dark story, but it'll definitely have its dark aspects to it.
Hey, Rock City, we haven't forgot about that. I'm not going to leave nowhere without doing that. I'm going to go ahead and do that one first, and then you're supposed to do a giveaway for your channel, right, Meta?
I'm gonna do it Monday.
Rock City, It is funny you say that because I will actually. Meta's gonna work with me on it. But I will be doing custom oven mitts.
Why you gotta say it? You gotta say it with pride.
I know he said it like he was embarrassed and shit.
Yo, grandma's gonna be pulling out the cookies and the muffins with my mitts.
What about the brownies, yo?
About the what?
Yeah.
The brownies.
The brownies.
The brownies.
People mess up brownies too much, bro. Brownies turn into sweet crackers. I'm sorry. People mess it up too much.
All right. Without Mr. KM, you got anything to drop on the community?
No, I just did. Just specking on. Let's keep on specking on more books, different titles. I'm going actually and specking all the '90s and '98 stuff from Image. I'm gonna look back to all that stuff. I'm gonna look into Bloodsport. I'm gonna look into all that stuff. I think all of that stuff has a possibility being in this. There's different universes, guys. That's one of the main things that I think Kate's alluded to. There's different universes that he's gonna draw from and make this book work. And I'm telling you, there's so many like concrete. I mean, I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. What if we even see the mask up in this? You know what I mean?
Oh, it can happen.
You know what I'm saying? What if we see Usagi? You never know.
Roden.
There was a Cerebus and Spawn. I'm just saying, what if that guy goes out there?
Bro, how come it's Spank Me and now it's Magic, bro?
All right, I'll be back. I gotta go kiss my.
So yeah, everybody spec your '90s books, your '80s books, and I feel like we're gonna hit some hitters.
All right.
First Spank Me, now Magic, bro. Come on, Papa Willie, get a couple more super chats in there real quick.
You just not worrying about?
I wouldn't mind Danger Girls.
You just not worrying about foil Rock City?
All right. So we're gonna get started with the wheel. We're gonna do the 7 with the same way with the 7 shuffles.
Papa Willie, drop 5 more. No, you cannot mute me.
Oh my god! Be quiet then. Dang, son. All right. So all the way up to the top. First shuffle, we got Rock City. Second shuffle, we got 100 Jabroni. Third shuffle, we got Rock City. Fourth, we got Papa Willie. Fifth, we got Rock City. We got Papa Willie. And then we got Papa Willie. All right.
Come on,
with the first Super
Willie.
On this channel. Here we go.
Start the streak. Different channel. Papa Willie. Papa Willie. Let's go!
Oh my lord.
All right.
I quit life.
Who said he was retired on a Sunday? Who said he was retired on a Sunday? He came back.
Don't call it a comeback. Oh my lord.
Big boy.
Why do we even use the, can I just ask a question? Why do we even use the wheel anymore?
Can we you already know Papa Willie said, forget the wheel. Just give them to me.
Bro.
Honestly, do we just even need to have super chats anymore? Can we just send everything to Papa Willie?
Can I say something real quick before we get out of here?
No.
All right.
Put the screen on me, Mike.
There's a book, right, that came out called Hellspawn, right, in 2000.
Here you go, Papa Willie.
2003. It was written by Brian Michael Bendis. So go pick that up as well. Hellspawn #1.
I have that one.
Why should we pick it up?
Just pick it up.
No, I need more info than that.
Look at that, Papa Willie. First appearance of Virus.
Oh, Spawn #1.
And then this is what we've been talking about. Bam. Thank you, bud.
All right, one by one. All right, guys. Well, that's the end of our show this week. Until next time on Sunday, we'll see you.
Bye.